All right, we're here today, episode 14 of Backbreakers and Bites. We got the current Bellator / future PFL champion, Johnny Eblen. Johnny, thanks for sitting down with us. We are where and why did you pick this spot?
Well, it is the closest Korean spot that we could think of that's near my new house. Usually every time I move to a location, I try to find a good Korean restaurant, and Namu was, the spot, and I like the food here and the vibe and everything about it.
Yeah, it's a pretty sick spot, man. This is our first time coming, so it's going to be an experience to us. We don't even know what's going to be brought out to us, so it's going to be exciting. Hopefully Ricky sweats a little bit.
Oh my God, dude, I had Cholula yesterday. I've been paying for it.
Yeah.
Cholula, I can't handle it.
You can't handle Cholula?
They were all making fun of me.
You're not going to be able to handle the spicy.
Load him with the spiciest kimchi possible.
I spoke to Dom, I was like, I can't, I'm going to pussy out. He goes, no, try it. And I was like, I don't know. So I wanted to ask you, was it a love story with your mom and dad meeting? Was he in Korea or was she already here? And how did they meet? And where were you born? All that good stuff.
So basically my dad was in the military, part of the army, got stationed in Korea, ended up meeting my mom, falling in love with her, and ended up bringing her back. She actually already had one son, my oldest brother, Tim. He's actually my half brother, because she was already married to a Korean guy. I've actually never met him. Side note. Anyway, my dad brought my mother back. They moved around a lot. They ended up kind of staying in Iowa for a little bit, Des Moines. That's when they had me. Before that, they had my brother Tommy in El Paso, Texas. But they were kind of moving around everywhere. I think they stayed some time in Virginia and whatnot. But anyway, yeah. Once my dad brought my mother back here, had 2 kids with her, and then they stayed together for a little while, and then they ended up getting a divorce. But it is what it is. They are great parents. They both really support me. My mom's actually in town right now. But most of my family's from Kansas City, Missouri. That's where we kind of stay. That's where my family stays, is Kansas City, Missouri. And that's where I grew up.
Do they ever want to make the move down to Florida? You ever spoken to them how great Florida is?
Yeah, they like it down here. I just kind of get them a house, eventually. Right now, I'm just getting a bigger home every time I can afford it. I get a bigger house so I can have, family down here. But eventually, I think I'm going to get my parents a house or get a guest house or something to where they can just stay down here as long as they want.
Nice, very cool.
For you, it's cool, but for anyone else listening, Florida sucks. Do not come here. I'll jump in and start with the non-family questions.
Okay.
How did you get into all this? I know you started wrestling. She's repping your college over there.
Yeah. It's my girlfriend, Emily.
What's up, Emily?
Yeah, we should have probably introduced her right from the get.
No, it's okay.
But hey, secretly.
Yeah.
But so how did you get started and all that? Was there any inkling of you wanting to do martial arts when you were a kid? A lot of guys have kind of a story of something like that, but
I guess I kind of just it was kind of a family thing you do is you wrestle. You play sports. My dad would have me play all the sports, right? And he thought it was really important that I'd wrestle. And actually my brother Tim was the first kid. He was the first kid that started wrestle in high school when we were in Iowa. And that's kind of what started the trend with the whole every kid needs to wrestle in the family. So after my brother, my second brother, or my second oldest brother Tommy, he wrestled. And I was the youngest to start. And basically that was the only martial art I really did. I was supposed to do Taekwondo, but my mom thought I was a little bit too crazy to do Taekwondo. And now she makes a joke oh, I wish I would have known you're going to fight. I would have let you do Taekwondo when you were a kid.
Hey, could have been repping.
She made me play the violin and
hey, dude, piano. That's probably good too.
Yeah. She was trying to calm me down, I guess. But basically, I played every sport. I played soccer, football, baseball, basketball at one point. I actually played basketball and wrestled one year.
Shit.
It was intense. It was crazy. My dad's originally a basketball player, so he really wanted me to play basketball, but I just gravitated more towards wrestling. I liked the violence in it. It was I don't know, I just had a lot of pent up energy, and that was the best way for me to release that energy, I guess. And basically I kind of, as I got older, I kind of focused only on wrestling and football. And then I kind of saw football not really being an option after high school. And plus the coaches that I was like being coached by weren't great. Plus I'm in Missouri, and Missouri football is really not that amazing.
What did you play?
Played fullback and middle linebacker.
Shit.
Yeah.
That probably helps your MMA career.
Yeah. Not, like making car crashes. It's fun. Yeah. But also the technique in wrestling really helps a lot too.
Right.
And after that, I ended up, focusing on wrestling. Went to the University of Missouri, wrestled there for 5 years, had a pretty good collegiate career. Not the best. I never All-American, but I was an academic All-American. I was like ranked top 10 my junior and senior year. So, and I had some good outings. I placed at some big tournaments at the Southern Scuffle I placed. And I beat some ranked guys. I beat some previous All-Americans. So, from there, I really had no aspirations to fight. I actually took a job opportunity down in Fort Lauderdale because my coach, Brian Smith, his brother, Terry Smith, worked for a paving company as the director of operations at Atlantic Southern Paving. So I moved down for a job originally, and then I ended up running into Steve Mocco because I got into the wrestling community down in South Florida. And I happened to run into him one time, and we're literally at this, we both coached this kid, it was Dante Giovanetta. He was like one of the better heavyweights out of South Florida. And I think he's like a multiple time state champ. And basically we're in his guest house, and he has mats set up, and we're kind of running a practice. It's like 4 people. It's me, Mako, Dante, and I think Ryan Thomas, another kid. And we're kind of doing a practice, and then I end up going live with Mako, and holy shit, dude, that was I was sore for a week after that, and I've never gotten my ass beat so bad. But I guess I was pushing Mako, and Mako was like, man, we need to have you at the gym, because he was coaching. He's a wrestling coach at American Top Team.
Right.
And he ended up bringing me in, and I ended up quitting my job, taking some amateur fights.
Did he bring you in as a coach, or he brought you in as a prospect?
He honestly brought me in just to have a wrestler in the room, because I'm a good look. Just to have a guy that comes from my pedigree of wrestling to be in that room to give a good grappling wrestling look is important, So I was doing the grappling classes, but I was competing pretty well with guys that placed at Abu Dhabi. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I can fucking hang with some grapplers, and I'm doing pretty well.
Right.
And I remember for a little while I was doing I was working, and after work I would go to the Wednesday grappling class. It was Mike Brown's. He would have a grappling class on Wednesday evenings, and after the grappling class, Mike would hold pads for me, and I would just stand on the line on the mat and work on my 1-2s and my straight hooks, and working on my straights or working on my jab. I literally knew zero striking.
This was the early 2010s?
No, this was early 20. It was late 2015, I think.
So were you still rubbing shoulders with the peasants like us? You were rolling in a grappling class that everyone could go to?
I don't think everybody could go to them. I think it was a pro practice. They let me do the pro practices because of my wrestling pedigree, and because I knew Mako. And then basically I really got to know Mike Brown well, and I took a few amateur fights. I won, and then I think my 3rd amateur fight, I ended up quitting my job and moving in with Mike Brown in a spare bedroom for a few months.
That was my question.
Yeah.
So when you quit your job, you're just living off now. Well, you're not getting paid all that much for amateur fights, or nothing?
Nothing.
Zero.
I'm getting paid
Nothing.
$0. I had money saved up from my job, and from in college, I was saving money for a down payment on a house. And I moved down here. I was like, oh shit, houses are a lot more expensive here.
Damn, and that was back, that was a few years back now. Now they're just
that was
unattainable.
Pre-pandemic.
That only gets me a bedroom.
Yeah, seriously. And basically, I had some money saved up. My family helped me here and there.
Good.
And it really helped me. I I wasn't super worried about money. I mean, there were some months where I'm like, fuck, dude, this is not good.
So let me step back a little bit because you already like ran through like the first 20 questions I was gonna ask you.
That's all we had.
Which was perfect.
That's all we had. Okay,
it was perfect.
Can we eat now? Can we go?
I don't even know when they're gonna bring the food. It's a mystery to all of us.
Well, because I told them, sorry to cut you off. I told them like, just bring us the menus and we'll choose something. And they're like,
no.
Oh, okay.
We're
He's
feeding
like, we got
you.
that extra spicy shit for you, and Johnny's getting our finest.
Dude, I hope to God you'll see how bad I sweat.
So
it's
let me-
disgusting.
But let me ask, what was your aspirations coming out of college? Like, what major were you? Were you trying to get a career?
Actually, I was trying to do physical therapy,
Oh, nice.
but the weird thing about wrestling is you get 5 years of eligibility,
Yep.
and I had to get into the Missouri's like PT school, but my grades were like just below like the threshold.
God, how
And
did
they
you
only accepted so many guys, so I ended up getting a major, or I majored in health science, but I ended up getting a master's in educational and counseling psychology. The emphasis is positive coaching, which is actually like a degree they kind of made up, I think, for like coaches and like athletes. It was actually pretty good. It's like teaching.
It's kind of a thing now.
It is because like they're trying to get rid of the whole old school mentality of like breaking kids down and like treating them like shit and like, you know, not. Also, like when you have a problem athlete, how to not deal with it because you're going to teach them bad habits.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, there's a lot to it. There's definitely a psych part of it. I'm actually a psych minor, so like I kind of liked it a lot. There's just a lot of writing, and they basically insert you into a lot of positions as a coach, and you have to respond a certain way, and then you have to write about like why you would respond that way and so on and so forth. But I thought it was like a pretty legit degree, you know, if you're going to actually coach for a living.
Right.
But I don't think I really wanted to coach. So I think I just needed another year of, you know, being in school.
Right.
And after that was done, that's why I took the job down in South Florida I worked at a paving company. Basically, I was trying to become like a sales rep in a sense.
Right. That's why I was asking,
Yeah.
because I thought maybe you went into business or something, because I had read that you did that and you were trying to be the like account executive or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Well, I actually was thinking about doing business, and then I went to a macroeconomics class, and I was like,
I have the same story, dude.
This doesn't make any sense to me. I'm way more like I'm better in chemistry, like
Damn.
stuff with that, like math like that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It was like the concepts of the economy and like I can kind of grasp it now, but like at the time,
Back
it's just
then,
like it was too much. It was too subjective. Like, I mean, there are objective metrics to look at, but it's like, I don't know. It was intersubjective and subjective. A lot of it was, and it kind of like went over my head as opposed to like hard math. That's a lot easier for me to understand, or like, that's why chemistry is like more like easier for me to understand,
right.
in a sense.
Kind of straightforward.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, economics are kind of like, whoop.
Well, I don't even think our government knows how it works either. So
I mean, for real. Like, I don't even know what's going on. I don't know what's going on half the time.
How much money do we owe now? We owe trillions. Who do we owe? Thanos?
Well, we create money
Right.
and it's debt. So it's what?
So when you, I noticed you took your amateur fights here. You said you were living with Mike Brown, but most of your initial pro fights were in Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you trained with one of our previous guests, Grant,
Mm-hmm.
in Missouri. So what happened there? You were living here, traveling back to Missouri, and just kind of training in between fights over there?
Yeah, so basically I got a hookup to fight in Shamrock, and Shamrock FC is like a local promotion, and I kind of liked going back home to Kansas City, Missouri, because I could sell tickets. People knew who I was, and Jesse Finney really hooked it up at Shamrock, and he gave me some good matchups to get my feet wet. Down here, dude, South Florida, there's a lot of good fighters, and you don't know what you're going to get sometimes. And also, like, I wasn't going to sell tickets down here, and really the money was made in the ticket sales.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I think it'd be smart to take a few pro fights in Missouri, my hometown, where there's a promotion that I can trust, that is really getting behind me, and I can sell tickets. So it's like, all right, I feel like that's the best scenario. And then once I got, I think I went 4-0. That's when I got King Bo to talk me into signing with Bellator. He got me hooked up with Mike Kogan, and that's how we kind of got signed into Bellator.
And you met Mo here, right? When you came down to...
I was like, hey, Mo, I wrestled. He's like,
got...
I like you. He's like, anything you need, I got you. I was like, damn, bro. All right, I guess wrestling gets you far here. Like, yeah.
Well, you guys are a hot commodity in MMA, man. Like, if you get a good wrestler, even if you don't make it, you're worth like a pound of gold as a training partner, is like you kind of said earlier. Did you want to ask about Grant and El here?
Yeah, so you met them when you went back during the pro fights in Missouri?
Mm-hmm. And anytime I would be home, I would train at Glory.
So that's where they were at?
Yeah.
Because when we spoke to them, they said that you were godsend to them, and you told them that over here is not the place to go to Florida. And then they were really cool about telling us that you helped them out big time, which is very kind of you. So you let them stay with you, and even with your dogs.
His 2 dogs,
massive
him,
dogs.
El, and his buddy who doesn't even train with us anymore. He like dipped. Grant's like, I should have never brought him. But basically, I know how good Grant is, and I was being honest with him when he sat me down, and he was like, do you think I could be a world champion here? And I go, man, I don't think so. You would have to fly people in. So basically, I was telling him no, because no one wants to go to fucking Glory MMA in Missouri. Like, who wants to go to Lee Summit, Missouri? You want to go to Lee Summit, Missouri?
Is that the best gym in Missouri? I mean, how did you guys all end up there?
Yeah, pretty much. It's the best gym in Missouri, I would say. I mean, James Krause was a great coach, and the little community he had there was great, but it's just not the same as an ATT or an AKA or you name it. There's bigger gyms, guys with more talent around, and guys that are testing you every day. Like, dude, every time I spar, I'm going with a top 15 guy in the world, and I have to fly to Vegas to train with other guys at like Extreme that are like top 15 in the world. So it's like Glory MMA does not compare to gyms like that, you know? So yeah, basically after I told Grant that, we were trying to work it out. He was like, dude, I'm going to try to move down, like get an Airbnb, check out the gym, but I think I'm really going to move down. I'm like, hey man, just stay with me. Like, I had a house to myself. I had just broke up with my girlfriend. But she broke up with me. She left me.
She fucked up,
I got a new one. And she's Hispanic.
Finally.
Hispanic?
Finally.
Yeah.
Every episode, this guy...
Don't date a white girl.
Oh my God.
Don't date a white girl.
Thank you, Johnny. Like,
date
Jesus.
Latinas.
I love my white wife.
Yo, every episode is like the running joke, man, because I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here dating a Latina, and him and whoever our guest is has got some Latin blood in them. They're like, yeah, we like the white girls with the colored eyes.
Oh, no.
Older women. I'm like, well, I got to get out of here.
Pitbull and I, we fist bumped over that. Like, white girls.
Pitbull,
Oh, yeah, because he is. He's Brazilian, so it's like... I could see you want something different.
It's been a couple, though. It's been like two or three guests at this point. There's a couple. I'm sure something else. There's probably going to be a fly at some point in here that's going to land on all of us together.
Oh, that was for a while.
It's
wherever
every
we
episode.
went, it was a fucking fly.
Then that comes up. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
You already dropped it in there, so I'm going to bring that up. You do have like a relationship with Extreme Couture in Vegas.
Yeah.
2 things on that. Like, how did that happen? And like, does ATT care that you jump around and like just train at a bunch of different gyms?
Well, only train at one other gym, technically now.
Okay.
But basically their rule is if you're not in the state of Florida and you're elsewhere, you can train at a gym. But obviously, like, they know what flag I fly, they know what gym I represent, and it's American Top Team. But yeah, they don't really mind. That all started because when I was gonna fight Gegard Mousasi, I needed a guy that had like a good jab, great stand up, hard to take down and hold down, and just was like a vet of the sport. And my manager said, hey, we can get you out to Extreme. They have a lot of, good middleweights out there. And I know Eric Nixick, and like we could hook you up with him. I was like, all right, cool. And, I was like, all right, I kind of looked through their lineup. They had a lot of good guys. And then I go out there. I was actually going to train with Douglas Lima.
Oh, cool.
on the way up, I was going to go to Atlanta, and then from Atlanta, train with Douglas, and then from Atlanta go to Vegas, and then train in Extreme. But like something had happened where Douglas hurt his shoulder, so I ended up just leaving right away. I literally got my bag and I booked another flight and I went straight to Vegas. And Sean Strickland hit me up on Instagram because I guess Eric told him that I was in town, and like he's just like planning training and stuff for us, and it's like me and him. I was like, all right, cool, fuck it. Like I think the first time I trained with him, it was me, him, and a boxer that was like 15-0, and we were training at this boxing gym in Vegas, and we were just sparring. And I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? This is amazing.
He goes hard, right?
Of course, we're fighting. We're fighting. And I was like, man, I love this because I got beat up a little bit, with the striking. And I needed it. I was still learning like how to strike. And I still am. But basically, from there on out, I think that whole week I trained mostly with Sean. And then I got to know Eric well. I got to know Chris Curtis well. A few of the guys at Extreme, and I kind of developed like a relationship with all of them, and I elevate the level in that room, and they like when I come in and I'm respectful and I train hard and I'm not a dick. I'm not trying to beat anybody up.
They welcome you right in,
yeah, they welcomed me right in. So, and Sean's even came out to ATT. Dan Lambert was like, hell yeah, I love Sean. Have that motherfucker in, because Dan is like unhinged when it comes to like what he says. So he loves Sean. It's like the same energy,
Yeah.
If you gave Dan a mic, I mean, you might say some of the same shit.
We might have to get Dan then.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So that was before Musasi,
yeah,
right? And then I just saw pictures of you training with him again. Was that him training you, or you training him for his upcoming fight tonight?
Oh, so
with
basically,
Sean?
I just came out because I like to come out to Extreme for a week or a week and a half when I start my camp. And this was like, it just happened to line up when I came out. It was like the last week of his camp, and it's the beginning of my camp. And anytime I'm in town, Sean's like, hey man, you're like the only guy in Vegas that could go 5 rounds with me. So we're going to spar. I'm like, fuck yeah, we're going to spar. Like anytime I go to Vegas, I know I'm going to fight Sean Strickland for 5 rounds at least. Like it's usually on a Saturday at the UFC PI. We just meet up and we just fucking
go at it.
We go at it. Last time, not the last time, but the time before that, my girl was there. She didn't watch. She worked out. I came up and took a picture later. But like this time we had like UFC embedded around all the coaches. I had one of my coaches, Nadia Aguilar, there, and man, it's good training. It's like a fight, but it's like we're respectful. We're cool. We know there's some boundaries. If we hurt a dude, we're not gonna fucking try to kill you.
Right. You don't look damaged either. So I'm assuming I was gonna ask you that a couple questions ago, but you're the classic wrestler that came in and you don't have like any kind of striking background. I'm assuming your striking's pretty good if Sean didn't leave any marks on your face.
Yeah, I mean, I had some marks on my forehead. I got hit in this like on the ear, above the ear. I got some cauliflower on this ear. Been getting punched in this ear.
But did you kind of like drop wrestling for a while and like focus on striking a lot? Like, were you a striker at all when you took your amateur fights?
Oh no, I wrestled the whole time. I barely strike and then wrestle. Basically, I developed a feel for striking, and I'm always working on my grappling and wrestling, but I feel like lately, the past few years, I've been honing in on my striking a bit more, because it's something that the fight always starts on your feet, right?
Right. And
I've been wrestling since the age of 4. I've only been striking since 2015. So I probably need to make up some time with the striking and learning like distance and learning different types of footwork and whatnot.
Your distance is good.
Yeah.
I was watching
Could be better though. Could be better.
It could be better just because you're saying it. I won't dare say that.
That's hilarious.
But I saw so one of my other questions was, as you were coming up, did you watch MMA as you were wrestling, and were you into it? Like fighting somebody like Musasi, were you ever a fan of him, or?
Never really a fan, but I was like, damn, I can't believe I'm about to fight Musasi whenever I signed that contract.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to play the UFC game when I was a kid. I liked Rashad Evans a lot. I liked Anderson Silva. Like it was John Jones was kind of like, I started phasing out of playing the game as much whenever John Jones got big. I played like more the early days stuff. Actually, the first time I ever watched a UFC event was on a tape. And my brother had it.
Classic.
Because my brother was fighting at the time. He was a college wrestler.
Oh, okay.
I think he was NAI or D2 or something like that. Wrestled for CMSU, and he was fighting. And then he ended up like, I think he ended up getting kicked off the team or something because he was
fighting while UFC was still on VHS tapes.
He was fighting he was doing amateur fights way back in the day. Yeah, he was like fighting in like bars and shit, like in a fucking boxing ring. Like it was. I mean, I think it was like a couple years after that. I think I can't remember. I would have to look up like.
We talking like late 90s?
I would say, not late 90s. I would say
early 2000s.
Early
right?
2000s. Yeah.
Still, that had to be one of the coolest times to be
we were
getting
watching.
into it.
Maybe honestly, dude, I would have to double check.
I have a very important question.
Probably early 2000s. Early 2000s.
Do you guys want to order food, or you just want them to put something together for us?
Just put something together,
Okay.
but not. Tell them I'm not like. Don't overstuff me though, and I ain't trying. I gotta eat again later tonight. I'm gonna try to eat everything
overstuffed Johnny.
If he loses this fight, it's on Namu.
Don't put that shit on me.
Who did we? I think we sabotaged Grant. Sorry, Grant. we made him break his diet, man. It was all our fault. He lost.
I have never seen a human being eat a burger so fast in my life.
Yeah.
3 bites. It was, dude. It was a massive.
That dude can eat.
Massive burger. Down, gone.
So I thought he was gonna ask. I've heard you compared to like Matt Hughes a little bit with your style.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
come on, bro. I'm better than Matt.
I wouldn't say
my striking's better than Matt
Well,
Hughes.
you're obviously like the evolution. I wouldn't say you were Matt Hughes. He was stiff and
He feels better about
something.
that.
Damn, bro, you call me stiff.
I wouldn't. I mean, dude, they even said it on a Bellator broadcast one time. I forgot who was saying it. What was the other fucking the dude that used to be on Strike Force? Mello or what the fuck was his name? I can't remember his name. But someone said it, and I've read it a few times. But we specifically noticed in like your striking style.
Yeah,
you throw like Fedor-esque casting punches sometimes, and it's awesome to watch.
I fucking love. By the
way, I
way,
need to tighten it up though a little bit. I'm watching a lot of boxing lately. I'm trying to tighten up those punches, make them a bit shorter.
Yeah, you definitely got a chin though, dude. Because like you do get reckless, so it's like. It's beautiful to watch, but every time you're scared, you're like, damn, he's taking one to throw two. Yeah. Is this going to be the one where the chin finally goes? But like, even when
there never will be.
Hopefully.
That's how I feel.
I don't know if you keep sparring with Sean.
I haven't been knocked out yet.
Damn. Oh, never. See, that's
Ever.
Nice. Like never at all?
Never.
Yeah, true. We better.
Why are we talking about this?
It's okay. It's superstition.
I think that's the big thing, though, is once you start getting rocked, so you're probably in no danger.
I've been rocked a few times, like, whoa. Or like, I've never been dropped, actually.
But was that a purposeful?
I've been dropped by a body shot one time, I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't think that counts.
Counts.
Your brain is still good.
Yeah, but you're getting dropped. Like,
yeah.
You know, that counts as a drop, you know.
You just got to protect your body now, but the chin's probably all right.
I think
like
so.
Alistair Overeem's got to be the saddest tale of that.
Yeah. Didn't somebody recently get knocked out again? Middleweight UFC guy.
Oh, dude.
Phil Hawes. He's been knocked out pretty bad a few times.
There's a couple of them.
He got knocked out by Ikram. I actually sparred Ikram this past week.
I was saying
he got knocked out again this week, and by a guy I don't even know. So that's kind of crazy.
Is that like, as a professional fighter, like when you start getting dropped in practice, is that something that just goes off in their head, like, what's going on? This never happened before. Should I be?
Probably should take back on the sparring and choose different partners, or maybe start looking at something else. I don't know. Usually, if you get dropped, like you should take like some time off, even like in sparring. If you're getting dropped in sparring, you should take a break.
Yeah, 100%.
And especially like after a fight, bro, that's a little bit different. Like guys will take a few months off, like 2-3 months. And I mean, sometimes you have to let your brain recover before you suffer any more damage, because I think, you know, if you go back too early, I think you're way more viable to get knocked out again.
Absolutely.
Right.
But like, you know, we've seen a lot of guys get knocked the fuck out like bad, and they come back and they're fine. Like Justin Gaethje's a good example. Like he still has a fucking killer of a chin, bro.
Probably
He's
the
been
best
knocked
example.
out. Yeah, he's been knocked out cold. Dustin Poirier actually has a great chin.
Yeah.
Like still, you know, and he's been knocked out a few times. Like
That's true.
That's another one that has that style where he just kind of like, he's got beautiful boxing, but he don't mind getting hit at all, man.
I think the one time he got knocked out by what's his name?
Who on DP?
Yeah.
Was it that Connor?
No, it was Gaethje, and then the only other time I think he lost was he got knocked out by he was a black Zillion at the time, black guy. He's been on a losing streak.
Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson, yeah. Got caught by Michael Johnson. I think that was the only other time he got knocked. But like, see how that's a big like time frame of like it's crazy. You know what I mean? And I mean, I've sparred with Dustin since the Gaethje knockout, and he's fine. You know what I mean? Like we've cracked each other a little bit, and like, you know, it's the same. It's.
I mean, dude, Dustin's been in there for a minute, and he still looks great.
Yeah, there's guys that fucking, you know, fight and get hit, and like they just still have a good chin. Like Jorge has a good chin still.
Yeah,
man. And he got fucking knocked out bad. You know.
Oh yeah, it was.
I was a little worried too, because like actually in the Burns fight, I was in his corner. He got cracked a couple of times. I was like, fuck, dude. I'm worried. Like Mike Brown was even like, dude, you still got a chin, because you took some punches like fucking.
That was almost hard to watch, man, because Masvidal looked a little off, and he was just like, Burns was just teeing off on him, but not finishing him.
Yeah.
It was like, please just make it stop.
Yeah, George was. I feel like now that he's transitioning to boxing, it's actually better in a sense, because it's like you're agreeing to trade in like a certain space.
Yeah.
And there's less, like, you don't have to move as much. And I think his issue is the conditioning, really, most of it. Like his conditioning isn't the same as like when he was fighting early on, you know. And I think with boxing, it's going to be better for him. I'm actually excited to see him box. I sparred with him a month ago. And bro, he's like hitting some crazy stuff that he doesn't hit in fights, because it's boxing. It's two different things. So he's doing like different like styles of footwork, throwing different combinations at me. And I was like, whoa, bro.
No one's shooting at you, right?
Yeah, George is a different beast when when we're boxing with big gloves. It was fun.
Yeah, that changed everything up too. The gloves.
Oh yeah,
defense
definitely.
And especially like no kicks, no knees, no elbows, and like you can blade your feet up. You can duck real low if you need to. It's fun sport, man.
So Dan brought up a good point. Like when you throw your punches, I'm not judging. I love the Fedor punches.
It's the best.
Like, I fucking love Fedor. When I saw that fight, you versus Mousasi, I was like, Johnny Eblen. I was like, Mousasi has this, dude. All right. So I didn't know Mo back then, and so I was cheering for Mousasi. I've always liked him. And it was just a total like annihilation. Like, so I was standing around watching the fight here again.
Yeah.
It looked like you didn't even break a sweat.
Yeah.
I know you did, but he was gassed. He was out. And then I remembered that Mo took the Strikeforce like heavyweight title from him.
Yeah.
And he's your coach.
Yeah.
And then here
Was
you
that
come.
who he took the title
Yeah.
from?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dude, you should see that
awesome.
fight. That fight is like, it's a tough fight.
Yeah,
right?
it was so long ago.
Yeah, Mo utilizes wrestling a lot, and like Mo can crack too.
Yep.
So like, it was like it's a really fun fight to watch. And what Mo told me was like, hey man, like you're way more equipped to fight Mousasi than I was when I fought Mousasi, and I beat him. So it's like, you can beat him too, bro. Like don't question yourself. And I was like, you're right. And then like when I watched the fight back, I'm just like, holy shit, I had way more tools to deal with Mousasi than Mo did at the time that he fought him. So
And your head movement was there. Like anytime he's flying, you fucking taunted him. Mm-hmm. You like talking trash in the ring, or it just comes out?
It's not really talking too much trash. It's more just I'm feeling myself like.
Dude,
like,
I was reading.
Yeah, I might talk a little trash maybe, but it's more so like I'm in my flow state.
It brings in so much entertainment, because like the second I guess the announcers catch you, the commentators catch you saying, "Oh, he's talking to him. He's talking to him."
Dude, YouTube, all the keyboard warriors were pissed off because I think you had an interview with Ariel Hawani.
Yeah.
And you were like, I'm trying to get better and not do that so much. And they're like, fuck this guy, he did it again.
That's hilarious.
But then at the same time, you know, you had that earlier, like, because you seem like such a nice dude, man.
Yeah.
Like, and in the stories we hear about you with Grant and all that, you seem like the nicest motherfucker ever. But
not the nicest motherfucker ever, but
in MMA maybe. But
I'll say something after.
But people don't like that, man. Like even with GSP, you know what I'm saying? Like the dude is legendary. He's super respected now.
Yeah.
But the one time he tried to talk shit was so awkward, and everyone made fun of him for like the rest of his career.
I cried.
I can talk a little shit. Like I have like a bit of a mean streak in me. Like
you let it out sometimes.
I'll talk some shit a little bit, and it's like genuine and like. I came out with Fabian a little bit. I mean,
I was just gonna bring that up.
I was talking shit about
that was
Impa
the one they were mad
bit.
at.
Like I was telling how I was gonna make Impa bleed when I fight him.
And dude, that didn't even seem that bad.
But that's what I know. It's not that bad. But like I want him to bleed.
It sounded like
when
you just wanted to
try to
fight.
cut him. Yeah, I'm trying to cut him.
Like the face off that you had with Fabian.
Yeah.
When you guys played that, what was it, ping pong, whatever the fuck.
Ping pong ding dong. That was so weird. That was the weirdest thing I've ever done in my life.
So I was following the fight the whole time because you were like one of the first people we reached out to, and I think you blocked us.
I didn't block you.
We never responded. I'm like, well,
I get a lot of interview like requests.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot, and I just don't. I only do the ones that you're supposed to do.
I feel
via
better.
Bellator. So
Just
that's why,
remember,
like,
we
when
didn't
Mo
sleep
told
on
me
you.
about you guys, then I was like,
Ariel.
okay, yeah, I'll do that. Like, if someone tells me,
Yeah.
and I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah, Mo's been getting his hopes up for months because he's like, no, Johnny's cool. He'll do it. And he'll be like, so John or Mo, how you doing, man? How about Johnny?
no, the thing is, like Mo and I became, which I'm super happy about, friends.
Yeah.
Like when the second we met, and then we just started talking about like shows and movies and everything else, but he really doesn't care that much about his MMA career.
No, he doesn't
Dude,
give a
at
shit.
all.
No, he doesn't like talking about himself, man.
Like, at all.
Likes talking boxing, anime shit, like food,
Correct. So and
cultures, like everything but him.
So he'll call me up, hey, did you catch that movie? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna catch it. He goes, watch it, I'm gonna send it to you.
Yeah.
And so he'll send it to me. So and in the midst of all that, I'm like, hey, so have you seen Johnny or he goes, no, he's in Vegas.
Yeah.
He'll be back. I'll let you know when to hit him up. I go, I love you, Mo. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a good
he
one
hit
too.
me up. Yeah, he hit me up and it was like, hey, these guys want to interview you. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm doing it.
Yeah,
Cool.
Joe, our artist, now your artist as well.
Yeah.
He said that he was bugging the shit out of you about it. He was like, yeah, I think every other time I talk to him, I tell him, yeah, these guys, I would never have gotten connected to you if it wasn't for these guys. Like, do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, if anything, you're making our persistence even worse. So it's like we got Mo attacking you. We got Joe attacking you. We're in the DMs getting ignored, but it's like, we're going to get you, Johnny.
We'll get you eventually.
So I was laughing. I'm seeing Ariel interview you, and it was like your first interview with Ariel, and he's like, you were mad at me because I slept on you. And I'm like, Johnny, we're not sleeping on you,
We
man.
never slept on you, Johnny.
You slept on me though.
Me?
You're cheering for Musashi, bro.
Wait a minute. This is before I met Mo. And you were in Missouri.
Definitely weren't in Missouri.
No, I was here.
You know what? I just became a father, so I lost everything. I couldn't watch TV, video games, all gone.
See, I can't wait until his kid's old enough to watch these and be like, Dad, that's how you felt.
Which my kid, he's in American Top Team, and is Davey.
Oh, Davey.
Yeah. Davey is a 6-year-old
Nice.
with a good coach, Mauricio.
Nice.
So what I wanted to finish saying was like, when you faced off with Fabian, you guys played ping pong ding dong. Dude, like you were just fucking like staring at him. I'm like, oh, Fabian lost, like the whole fight. Like, dude, like he couldn't say anything back to you. Like you were just like grilling him like stone cold.
Yeah.
And this motherfucker wouldn't even move. He was like, you know, he broke eye contact so many times.
Yeah, I noticed that too. He was his body language was a bit different.
Completely
too.
changed.
Yeah.
Your
His hands were in his pockets a lot. Like he didn't seem comfortable around.
Like
me.
you broke him.
Yeah.
They completely broke him. And you beat the shit out of him afterwards.
Yeah.
So when,
Iced him.
what happened with his twin brother?
Oh, so
When I don't want to say his name.
I knocked him out. And I was talking shit, calling him a pussy and stuff. And then like I was kind of like, you know, I was screaming. And then like I seen him come in the thing, and I think he was like, "Hey man, like you didn't have to like kind of like you didn't have to do that."
Him to you?
Yeah, but like he kind of looked at me, And then I looked back at him. I was like, "You're next."
Yes, dude.
Nice.
You got to do
I was
that.
like, "I'll fucking knock you out too," because I was like, I had just knocked a motherfucker out. So I'm like,
That's-
going crazy. You know what I mean? And the next thing you know, like his brother's in the cage and he's a fighter, one of the best guys in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll fucking fight you too right now.
Could you cut to 170?
Yeah, but I don't want to.
Because I saw your amateur fights were like fucking 230 or some shit.
No,
dude.
so I weighed my amateur fights. I was weighing like 210. Probably the biggest I ever
you were
got was
fighting heavier
210.
guys?
I was fighting heavyweight, and then the first
Holy shit.
the first two fights I fought heavyweight, and then the third fight I was like, you know what, I need to cut down to 85 eventually. I think I'm gonna cut down to 205, and then when I start pro, I'm gonna go 85. Because I didn't want to cut weight. I was just like lifting a lot, eating a bunch of fucking food, and I was like, I don't want to cut weight. I just want to take some amateur fights. And usually heavyweights are not as good, so I was like, fuck it.
Dude,
But the funny thing is, my second two amateur fights, bro, were like pro fights. They were tough dudes. One was Denzel Freeman. I think he's actually a 4-0 pro or 5-0 pro right now. I'm his only loss. And then another guy's like this Cuban dude, Cuban wrestler, but he can strike. I think he's like undefeated in bare knuckle right now, but I think he's like I think he's like 2-2 in MMA, but like
damn.
dude's pretty decent, you know what I mean? Not like some pushover. Like the guys that I fought in my first 4 pro fights were like, those were amateur fights in a sense. It was fucking hilarious. It was the other way around, bro. Yeah.
But it's good. I mean, you want to get that out of the way in amateur.
Yeah.
I think you did it right. Fight amateur here, go over there and go pro.
Yeah.
It worked out for you.
Yeah. You gotta basically get a promotion to get behind you.
Yeah.
That's gonna try to set you up for success. Obviously, there's a stage where you need to graduate from that. So if you stick with that, you're not really gonna make it anywhere. But basically, I got my feet wet with them. They set me up for success there. I made some money, and then I was like, all right, I need to go on something bigger and better. And Bellator was the next thing.
So I don't want to steal your thunder, but I think it's time for the nickname question.
Okay. So, I know the human cheat code, right?
Yeah.
I want to know the origins of that. And
You want to know the
I want to know the origins of it
Okay.
because I know I spoke to somebody at the gym. I'm not gonna tell you his name.
Gegard Masasi.
And he was telling me about Diamond Hands.
Yeah.
And what was the other one?
Soldier Boy.
Soldier
Jeblin.
Boy, Jeblin, Soldier
Yeah.
Boy.
Did you have
the Korean
nicknames?
Canelo?
Did you have nicknames before Bellator too?
Oh my god.
I had my nickname before Bellator was Jeblin, I think.
Was it a reference because of Jet Li and?
No. So Jeblin
that's-
was like
Way to be
It
racist,
was-
dude.
Oh shit. That's good.
it was my nickname in college. Like that's what my buddies would call me. My college wrestling buddies would call me Jeblin. It's my first and last name kind of like mixed together.
I have a good one for you, but after you tell us
Okay.
about the.
So
the
then
other
from
one.
there, I was like, man, I think I need a nickname, blah blah blah. And like, I was working with Dean Thomas at the time. He's like, and like at the time, I knew how to shuffle. Well, I know how to shuffle still, like that dance. It's like rave dancing or whatever.
That's what Mo was talking about.
Yeah.
You know what he told me to do? He
But I
told
got
me-
some rhythm too. I can make it like, I can do it to hip hop. I can just dance like in a general. But it helped me like learning how to shuffle. It helped me understand how to coordinate footwork and like how to go to the beat with your footwork.
Dude, that is so true.
Yeah.
Guess who can dance?
Yeah.
Well,
I thought you were gonna point at the white guy, but all right.
But
as a
anyway,
Hispanic, I could. Even my two-step is.
anyway, Dean was like kind of like messing with me. It was like, we're gonna call you Soulja Boy, like Soul Korea, but like Soulja Boy the rapper that kind of like does a little dance shit.
It's
or
funny because
whatever.
if you didn't see it spelled out when they announce you, it's like, fuck,
Soulja Boy, what?
it's like, really?
Yeah,
It sounds cool now because I don't know if you watch The Boys
yeah. I've watched The Boys
because of the
yeah.
Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be cool now, yeah.
Yeah.
But that was before, so didn't hit. And then after that, since I kind of look like Canelo, they're like, man, you're like the Korean Canelo.
Who
Like,
said that to you?
I think it was Gary. Oh, what was his last name? Gary. He was my boxing coach at the time.
Trent.
It's Gary. What the hell was his last name? Sorry, Gary. It's White Boog. White Boog.
What?
He used to hold mitts for and coach boxing for King Mo, and I was working with him as well. His name's Gary, aka White Boog. Anyway, he can like run numbers on pads pretty well. It was fun to work with him.
Nice.
But anyway, he kind of gave me that nickname in a way, like, and I think him and King Mo kind of gave me that nickname in a way. And then from there, I was like, man, Korean Canelo, that only stuck for one fight. And then I really got into crypto after that.
That was Diamond Hands.
And then like, yeah, I got into a crypto Discord. I started investing in crypto, and my name on there was Diamond Hands. I was like, man, this is good. Like Diamond Hands. Like
finally, I got it.
You know,
I got
like it's like an investment strategy, and also like I have diamond hands. I have hard hands. I'll knock somebody out. You know, and literally
that was probably the hottest COVID nickname,
dude. When I started that, when I started that nickname, I knocked a dude. I did that blitz knockout on Daniel Madrid, and I was like, bro, this is the nickname. So
this was God's sent.
Yeah, perfect. And it stuck for a little bit.
And then weren't you like, I got fucking hands?
Yeah, I got diamond fucking hands, baby. I went crazy. That was fun. And then, because it was the first time I'd actually knocked a dude out.
Yeah, that's gotta feel crazy.
Whoa, this is awesome.
I have this fucking power.
Yeah, I felt like I didn't even hit anything. Like, and then from there, I stuck with that name for a little bit, and then during like sparring and like training, King Mo was like watching me and was like, bro, you're doing some crazy ass shit. Like you're doing shit that I don't see usually. Like you got like cheat codes, bro. You're the human cheat code. And I was like, man, am I gonna have to change my nickname again? He's like, I don't know, but I feel like this one would hit. And then I remember right before I changed it, I think I won a fight against, I forgot who it was, but prior to the fight, I talked with like Big John and all the people commentating the fight and stuff like that, and I mentioned that like story to them. So after I won, he comes into the cage and he's like, "Hey man, you're just doing so great. Like, I think we're gonna have to call you the human cheat code."
Oh,
yeah, and I was
stole
like,
the
fuck,
thunder.
I felt like it was a good way to like, okay, well, this is gonna prompt me to change the nickname. So I did it. I was like, fuck it. I ran with it, won the belt with that nickname, and then after that, I was like, man, I need to change it again, bro. And like, I really started like getting confident in my striking and like pressuring guys and just walking them down. And I've been watching some of my fights, and I was like, dude, I got like a different type of pressure on people. Like when it comes to striking, wrestling, just in general, like the way I fight, I just fucking like pressure you until I break you.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And I was like, Johnny Pressure's the next one, bro. And
you got to come in there and be like, hey, I'm Big John now.
Oh yeah, David Choi actually. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's the whole story. They kept calling me Johnny Pressure after my fight with Tokov. Kui Tran and David Choi, they're sponsors of mine. Actually, this is hilarious. After my Tokov fight, this is how it got prompted too. We were in Vegas. I drove from LA to Vegas, and I was staying at the Encore. And these guys love to gamble. I'm not a big gambler, but these motherfuckers love to gamble.
No, you're doing the right thing, because I know you're buying homes after home after home.
But they're Asians, and they fucking love to gamble. And we're at the craps table. And I have no clue what's going on. I have the belt wrapped around my chest, and like, it was like a cool moment. And Kui goes, "Hey Johnny, let's get you on the table." Like I was like, "I don't have any money." He's like, "I got you." He spotted me like $200, and like he bet for me. I was like, "I don't know what's going on. I'm just rolling," and like everybody's cheering. I just keep rolling. I just see my stacks get like my chip stack get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Way.
And they're like, "Johnny, pressure the table, pressure, Johnny, pressure the table, pressure it." I'm like, and I kept rolling, kept hitting, and then eventually I think I rolled like a 7, and that's when it ends it. And bro, but like, I had made $2,000 in like 8 minutes, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I took that shit immediately and cashed it. They kept playing because they were playing with house money. And,
dude, I'm like that too. If I even win $1, I'm cashing out. I'm done.
I double my money. I'm out. I 10x my money. I'm out.
Like, I'm poor. Give me every cent you can give me.
But basically, that's how that prompted it. And then I was like, man, I really like Johnny Pressure. Like David Choi's like, we need to change your nickname to Johnny Pressure. I was like, man, I don't know. But yeah, maybe. And then I started like watching how I fight. I'm like, man, that really kind of fits. And I was like, fuck it, I'm doing it.
That's the name.
Is that that's gonna stick now?
That's sticking for a while. Yeah.
I was like picturing
until
you
I
and Mo
collect a bunch
together.
of until I collect a bunch of belts.
Because the other thing I noticed is you don't even wear like the same color fight shorts every fight. They're just completely different.
Yeah.
So it's like I figured you were just kind of trolling people at this point. Like everyone's the same. I'm gonna change my nickname, change my shorts.
That's really what it is. It still is
What a
that.
good pickup,
It
yeah.
still is that.
And that's
But
the
I'm
one-
sticking with it right now because it's like you got to roll with the trends. It's like
Yeah.
and plus I'm making T-shirts and making collections.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about that is I'm going to change my nickname. I'm never going to go back to that. So that collection of T-shirt is never going to be made again. And there's only going to be a select few.
right,
So
right.
it's like,
Man, you're on the next level of marketing right
trying
here.
trying to get there. And I think that but yeah, it started off like with trolling like nicknames and like we're all the same. Like you literally hit it on the head. But I'm having fun with it in a sense. And I enjoy like being able to change my nickname. Like I'm not married to anything. And it's like I'm just having fun with it.
I mean, it's one of the few things that'll show personality in a fighter. That's why I respected the shorts thing too. Like, if you get picked up by UFC, that's all gone.
Yeah,
so
it's
it's
all
like,
gone.
fuck.
Yeah, Serge, he was hooking me up with designing my shorts for a while, and then I ended up getting a sponsorship with Yakao, and now they're doing my
dude,
short,
that was
short
wild.
designs.
Was that something with Top Team when I know Saenchai came through there, and then you
Yeah.
guys all like got sponsored?
Not all of us. I think the gym got
Get
sponsored,
ready.
and then I'm their only MMA guy that they
Damn,
sponsored.
Dom.
Damn, that's crazy. Oh, here we go.
Look at
Let's
this.
start you off with some side dishes and
Yep.
Spiciest thing right here.
Some sauces
Don't
barbecues
put
that are gonna be coming out, as well as the lettuce wraps. Then we have some spicy cucumber, fish cake,
I like fish cakes.
some kimchi, and white radish mixed with
You want some right now?
Dom, that's awesome. Thank you.
You got some boys right here.
Appreciate it, man.
Let's go. You guys have burners and barbecues too.
Awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry about that.
Plates. Nice.
So, I've never tried any of that.
This
Someone
is
called
I
first
eat this
time.
all the time, bro.
Thank you.
They're half Korean.
Well, no, you tried this. I think they had that at Chung Man.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
Dom,
I
thank you.
believe so.
And can I grab you guys anything besides waters, cocktails, anything at all?
What's that?
Can I grab you guys anything besides water, cocktails? soda?
Water's good. Water's good for me.
Johnny, I'm gonna put that here. Yeah, I'm gonna put the.
That's all right.
Yes.
Alright, and the food.
Yeah,
you
right.
got-
okay.
It's gonna get stained.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah.
Joe. The print has been handed, and he's respecting it. No kimchi on the print.
No kimchi on the print.
So we use this for what? For the wings? Dude,
No, no,
I
no.
really don't know. I've never.
So they bring out like meat and you cook it on this like.
Oh, so
little
this
hot
is
pot.
damn. I didn't even know this was
Well,
like
it's
a
like
hot
Korean
pot place
barbecue,
too.
but usually Korean barbecues like they have like a little grill in the middle.
Yeah.
But they kind of makeshift it here because I don't think they have grills here. So.
I think I'm gonna. So you know that food shot that we get when people take a bite out of.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
dude.
I'm gonna wait for the wings because
Okay.
they're gonna bring us wings.
Oh, nice. I love these
All
little
right.
side dishes.
See, someone get me a fork.
Dude, you know what? Can you serve me instead of bringing everything over here?
Listen, all you gotta know is grab some of this, man. All right?
So this is kimchi.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kimchi.
This is,
That's cucumber kimchi, and that's
This is fermented.
that
what?
is cabbage kimchi. It's fermented with spices.
Dude, this is like our fourth Asian restaurant, and I still don't know how to use these things.
You'll learn, bro.
One day.
Johnny, good so far.
Yeah, I'm great.
And what's that over there by the lettuce?
Fish cakes.
That's fish cake. You wanna try it?
Yeah.
I like it. This is like radish.
Dude, I've never. This is my first time.
I'm so proud of you.
All right, Emily, how are your chopstick skills?
not that great.
Like Dan's.
Intermediate.
Hey, I didn't drop anything this time, all right?
Let me see.
I'm expert level.
So you've been eating with chopsticks since?
Oh,
since-
good.
yeah.
I used to go to a Korean church as a child. That's where I kind of learned how to they would serve Korean lunch every
There's
day.
gonna be some wings for you
Oh
guys.
my goodness.
This side will be soy spicy, which is gonna be sweet with a little bit of a spice, and then this side will just be sweet soy.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
You guys, and so-
Go ahead.
I hope you
Put it-
forgot what he
move these
said.
waters all the way over here. We should put that there.
Tom, thank you.
And the green side is gonna be the one that have a little bit of a spice to it.
Okay, this side.
All right, Johnny, hold on. Get it, the biggest wing.
Johnny's grabbing whole ass wings with the chopsticks, man. That's
Mm-hmm.
the finger strength.
My fucking wrist hurts.
This ginger sauce is fire.
All right, so Johnny, I'll be like, Johnny, so what are we eating here? And then you just.
This is Korean fried chicken,
All right.
aka KFC.
All right, hold on. Let me record. All right, Johnny, what do we have here?
This is Korean fried chicken, aka KFC. Yeah, if you guys haven't tried it, gotta try KFC, bro. It's the shit.
That's definitely the white part of Johnny talking right now with that joke.
Johnny, take a bite. Tell us how it tastes.
All right, let's see.
Chopsticks.
Amazing.
I think the next
Very, very
nickname
good.
is going to be the Colonel.
The Colonel,
Oh, mild, bro.
the Korean Colonel.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
nice. Put it.
Got you, man. Be careful with the flame, alright?
Yes, sir.
So you guys know everything is already cooked through. The flame just keep it warm.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Oh yeah, so these just keep it warm. Okay.
Enjoy it.
Thank you.
Thank
So it's not
God.
like cream
Because,
barbecue.
dude, I did a hot pot with my girl a couple months ago, and
Johnny, hold on.
I don't think I cooked
Around.
anything right.
Oh yeah, actually we did a hot pot. It was my first time.
It is better.
We did.
Johnny,
Did you guys go to
let's
Chow
do it again,
One?
but with this one.
To what?
Chow One? It's like the
Lemongrass.
This is pork
lemongrass? Is
Yes,
that
sir.
up here?
Yeah.
Because we have like one, and everyone goes. It's
Yeah.
called Chow One. It's pretty good.
All right, Johnny, what do we have here?
We got some Korean marinated pork belly.
Oh,
And
dude, the pork belly again.
Very,
Nice.
very good.
That's the Ricky special right there.
Oh, you know what? I
You
gotta
can
try
if
this.
you want. You don't have real. So basically, what you do is you take some protein and you put it in a lettuce wrap with some rice and like whatever side dishes you want, and then you kind of eat it like a. Here, if you want to video it, I can show you.
should we
Educational
build it?
video, yeah, dude.
All right,
Yeah,
hold on.
do a video of it.
Let me go on that side.
Make sure you show the respect of them showing Johnny's fights in the background. too.
I'm in the way.
There you go.
Nah, you're good, dude. It's
We're good to go.
All right, Johnny, so how do we build this?
So basically, you take a lettuce wrap and grab some protein. So this would be the pork belly, and you grab a little rice. You throw it in there. Grab some kimchi. And boom, you got a little lettuce wrap.
All right, I'm gonna do that.
oh, it hasn't stopped. More's coming.
You're gonna have the fried rice right over here.
Oh my gosh.
goodness.
So put it over here.
Just-
I got it. Yeah.
That's the mini pancakes right here.
Oh, nice.
Leave it right here.
Kimchi pancakes.
There's no way I'm pulling off what he just did.
So, guys.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you all. And then we have the kimchi pork bulgogi that's coming out next.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Dude,
You guys enjoy. Let me know if I can get anything else. All right.
thank you.
This is incredible.
Yeah, you might have to take some of this to go, bro.
I want to see you do exactly what Johnny just did, dude. Make it happen.
Oh, that's hot.
Which one's
KFC
of these
is
is
fire.
spicy? Let me try one of these KFCs.
Allegedly this side.
Oh, the side away from Ricky.
Yeah,
So that's the spicy side?
I think so.
Uh-huh.
It's not that spicy.
So I have a very important question. This is
What's that?
and this is for Emily.
Oh, I don't know.
So have you been following him since he got into MMA?
No, I actually didn't. I've been following MMA for a really long time and I didn't know who he was.
She had no clue who I was.
Oh,
I met him out in Vegas and we were at a jiu-jitsu tournament and he went with Jorge Masvidal
Was that Abu Dhabi?
No.
No.
in Vegas.
In Vegas.
Well, yeah, Abu Dhabi was in Vegas. What tournament was
I
it?
don't know.
Oh.
It was,
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm talking about Abu Dhabi Combat Club, the
Yeah.
ADCC. Yeah.
No, yeah. No.
Right here. You
But
guys.
yeah, I met him there, and I didn't even know he was a fighter or anything. And then we followed each other on Instagram. I was like, oh,
Not
wow,
too
this
spicy
guy's
for you?
pretty good. Like, good to know. Because I didn't really watch.
No.
Excellent.
Oh, he's
I
pretty
watched
good.
Bellator sometimes.
He's just a
but
world champion. He's pretty good.
Not
Thanks so much, bro.
a lot.
Oh no.
Yes, I'm not alone.
God, he was waiting for that, Johnny.
What is this again?
I think that's the bulgogi, no?
Ah.
Can you pass me a lettuce wrap?
Damn, I burnt the top
I mean,
of my
yeah.
mouth.
You want me to touch it?
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, man. Yeah.
So you never said what nickname you had for Johnny.
Oh yeah, I'm curious.
Yeah. What's the nickname?
It was actually pressure.
I'm kidding.
It was actually pressure. No, I'm kidding. It was gonna be like the human suplex machine.
The
But-
suplex regime.
The suplex machine, but then I thought about WWE and how Brock Lesnar has
Yeah.
that. Dude, by the way, I thought like we were the same height. I don't know how I missed 6'3" and 5'10".
I'm not 6'3".
No,
I'm 6'1".
I was gonna say our last
was like a
our last
typo.
guest was like
because I'm
6'4".
like 6'1". I'm not. What's this?
Bulgogi, Korean
Bulgogi.
barbecue.
It's like
That
beef.
one's kimchi. If it's red, it's spicy.
Oh boy. I'm gonna try though.
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, it's not spicy.
Hey, the what is it? The fish cakes?
On 1 to Cholula, what are we giving this?
Pork belly or
Let's see.
And I'll put this.
Really?
Yeah, dude. That's hot.
Without even tasting it?
It's hot.
Uh,
It's spicy.
I tasted something.
Let me try one of the spicy ones.
rip the shit out of the top of my mouth.
So Johnny, do I fold this? And
You kind of just
Is
fold
it
it
like
up
a- like
however
a-
you want. Yeah, just kind of like a taco in a way. Oh yeah.
what about
fire?
what about Impa? Let's talk about Impa.
Well, we're gonna get there, but
Which is gonna be like 20, 30 minutes just chewing.
yo, for real. Same thing that happened.
No.
Oh,
Oh no, this is
You said it.
authentic.
You just let it go. I like it.
Same thing happened with Tiago when we went to the barbecue boutique. They just started dropping shit on the table. We were like, oh. And then we just all started eating for like 10 minutes. But I mean, otherwise, we're going to ask you questions and you'll never eat.
That's true.
oh, by the way, it was the Dawsons. He reminded me. They said to us, you know, for a stunt, you should have Johnny suplex you.
Yeah, specifically Elle.
Yeah, and she's like,
I can't tell if she loves us or wants to watch us die.
I know, right?
because she was like, he will definitely fucking do it. Well, she didn't say the F word.
I don't know because it's all about how you fall. And I don't know if you guys, do you know how to fall?
No.
I'm,
He's like, no.
I've been doing jujitsu for like 15 years.
She's a purple
Or
belt.
purple belt, but I've been doing it for a minute, so you could throw the shit out of me.
You'll take that for us? I love you, dude.
But where could I throw you?
Right here on the concrete.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
right?
gosh. So let me throw a liver kick.
So we had a Roy Inchi
That your burrito?
he did that. I
Yeah.
forgot. Yeah,
Like a liver kick or a T to liver?
like a spin liver kick.
Oh, a spinning.
Spinning liver
So
kick.
he did a spinning heel
Like-
kick to your liver.
Pretty much, yeah.
Damn. That's kind of intense.
This sounds more intense than it was.
Huh.
This is really good.
Yeah.
You picked the right spot.
Yeah, no, this is great.
Where'd you guys go with Graham? No.
La Picanha. It was a Venezuelan spot.
You guys have Venezuelan food? I'm sure you've had Venezuelan food, right? It's
I don't think I have.
oh my god, Johnny, just go there.
Spoiler alert, he's Venezuelan, so he might be hyping it up a little bit. It was good, though. It was really good.
It was delicious.
Telling me hyping this place up.
No, this is amazing, dude. I mean,
The best Korean.
yeah, there's not like a lot of really, really good Korean spots out here in South Florida.
They're really good. There's a select few. What do you want? You want some more?
Hey, you guys, feel free to eat the wings, even the non-spicy ones.
No, go ahead, man. There's a lot of food. What's that?
Yeah, don't try to. We're gonna leave
Which
you
one
one
you want?
spicy one.
Oh yeah, this one's the kimchi one.
What's different? What's the other one?
I don't think it's kimchi,
What's that?
but they come out. You want kimchi pancake?
Kimchi pancake.
Oh, is that what that is?
Uh,
Here, do this one. This one's not spicy.
I feel like I should try it. Thank you, dude.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever.
You try one?
Yeah, I'll take one.
I'm just gonna pick it up.
Here's
I
some
eat
soy.
with my hands.
Soy sauce if you want some. I think. There's some sauce you dip it in.
So are we dip? We're just dipping.
You can dip it in there, yeah. Like, look, I'll just rip some off.
Dude, it
Put it in
kind
that bitch.
of looks like a plantain
It
chip
makes a really big
or
difference.
tostone.
Yeah, it does look like a toaster.
Oh wow,
Makes a huge difference.
babe! I wish you were here.
I'm right here.
Emily, is this spicy or the soy sauce?
Mine's not spicy at all, so maybe that one was the spicy
Maybe
one.
that's the spicy one?
Oh, that's awesome.
You did that on purpose, Johnny.
I didn't, I swear. Because it's a little red, so I was like,
for the musasi thing.
it was the Masasi thing, bro. That pork belly is really good. You tried pork belly?
Yeah, it did. It was good.
Can somebody put pork belly here?
Yeah.
I don't care if.
I got you.
No glaze for you this time.
Thank you.
You want more? Here.
Yeah, that's one more. Thank you.
Yeah, this is really good.
I'm really impressed. It's incredible. Come here. That's Johnny
Oh,
Eblen.
hi, how you doing? Johnny. Nice to meet you. Kamsahamnida. This is great. This is great. Very good, very good.
Did you made this?
Huh?
You cooked this?
Today is a special I made.
Incredible.
Thank you. Incredible.
This one, this one, this one.
Oh,
This
so
one.
good.
All amazing.
Oh, you need some spoon? Spoon?
No, it's okay. I can use chopsticks.
Wow, you're
I'm
just
Korean.
very good at it.
I'm half Korean.
Half Korean.
Oh, that's why.
You have a Korean name?
No.
No.
No Korean name.
No Korean.
No, I was born in here.
Oh, in the States.
Yeah, in the state. My mom is from Korea though.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
My dad was in the military,
Oh, I see.
and he brought her here, and then that's why
Wow.
that's how I came to be.
We can make a Korean name.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, anytime.
Next nickname.
My next nickname, just my Korean name.
Yeah.
Anything you need, let me know.
Okay.
More kimchi or something, let me know.
Thank you so much.
So
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much. How do you say thank you in Korean?
Say it wrong. please.
Kamsahamnida.
Kamsahamnida.
Saranghae. Just want
Oh my
to tell
God.
everyone I love you.
Try this, all of you. This is incredible.
Fried rice.
Is this what real fried rice is supposed to taste like?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They have the egg on top too.
It's just gonna turn into an ASMR video.
Basically. I'm just like eating into the mic.
How long have you guys had the podcast going?
About a year now, almost.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we started in March. Man, I had to get. This is like an old phone, right?
Yeah.
And my new one broke, and I popped this out, and I saw text messages to this guy because he had pitched this to me a long time ago because I made YouTube videos, and he was like, "Hey, I got an idea. We should get wrestlers and bring them on." And I kept telling him, "Nah, that's corny, man. No one cares about the that, like, because we were big wrestling fans back in the day. Those guys are all deflated now, and
Yeah.
they're already got 1,000 interviews out there. I'm a big MMA guy, so eventually we came to like a middle ground where I'm like, look, let's try to get an MMA guy that's more hot than wrestling right now, and now we do both, so it worked out. But this phone was from like COVID time, so we were talking about it for a minute.
You were here, right, during the whole COVID thing, or?
Yeah, I was here. It was seemed like COVID was a thing for a little bit, but then like I think after a few months, it just seemed like everything was kind of back to normal. Mm-hmm. You just had to wear masks sometimes, and eventually the mask mandate went away, and I was like, dude, Florida's a good place to be. You know what I mean? Like,
Who did we have that conversation with?
Blake.
Yeah, Blake, our last guest. He was in California. He was like, that shit was completely shut down.
oh yeah, it's probably terrible.
And he's like, I just had to leave that place. And I go, what about Florida? It was like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
And I go, you're welcome. Dude, this rice is it's too good.
You wanna
Give me the bowl.
All right, so I guess we'll start interrupting you again.
No, go ahead.
I'm interested. Like, it's gonna be kind of like a legacy versus money question, I guess, because I know I heard you want to go wherever you want or wherever you get paid the most.
Yeah.
So, if PFL, because it seems like they've got an infinite pool of money, if they just keep paying you well, is UFC out of the question?
I mean, it's guaranteed. Like, guaranteed big money. And it's like a contract that, really sets me up for success. I would entertain it.
So what kind of contract are you on right now? Like, I mean, you don't have to get in specifics, but like, how many more fights would you have left after IMPA?
So after IMPA, I'd have 4 fights left technically.
It was a 6-fight contract, right?
It was a 6-fight contract, but then it got extended whenever I beat Musasi.
Damn.
So I'm sorry to interrupt. Was that also like once you become champion? Do you have more wiggle room to negotiate things? Like, does that happen immediately? Or you got to stick to the original contract?
So basically, the new contract that I signed had championship language in it. So it kind of already had it set in stone what I was going to make. Especially my first title defense, like when I won, and then my first title defense. It was supposed to go longer than that, but I have a good relationship with Mike Kogan, and we ended up hashing out a newer deal for the same amount of fights. It was just a better deal,
Yeah.
And
Makes sense.
because he's trying to retain talent at the end of the day. And but then after that happened, I think we signed that deal the year before, like about a year before they got bought out. So
Right.
basically, my first fight on that revised deal, it's technically the same deal, it's just revised, was the fight in September against Fabian.
And so I know that you had mentioned that, I mean, they have no middleweight division, which is why you're fighting a light heavyweight.
But we're fighting middleweight though.
Oh, are you fighting middleweight?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna cut?
Yeah, but
Oh, shit.
he's naturally like a middleweight.
Yeah. I mean, he
I
does
mean,
kind of
didn't he
look like
fought?
it would
He
be.
fought welterweight at one point. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
When he was in the I think in the UFC.
Yeah. I know they're gonna do a 2025 tournament. You had mentioned. Does that intrigue you? Because I'm assuming fighting a bunch of guys just to make $1 million is probably
That's under my.
yeah.
That's under what I get paid now.
Yeah, exactly. So like,
It would have to be. They would have to pay me my show money. The whole tournament. Like,
and $1 million on top.
and the million. I would like the million on top as well at the
damn.
end.
But does that intrigue you at all?
I mean, yeah, especially, we can renegotiate even more pay per fight. And it's like if I'm in a tournament, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna, fight a lot in 1 year, and I'm like close to in my prime. I thought of it, and I was like, make a lot of money and get a lot of fights in, and compete a lot. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I also don't like making weight that many times though in a year. So
Yeah, that's
we'll
crazy.
see.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with Joe before we came out here. I was like, dude, PFL better not waste this man's prime. Like,
Yeah.
if they're gonna pull in a bunch of like randoms to have a tournament, and then you gotta, like you said, you don't want to fight so many times in a year. It's kind of like you said. You're what, 32 now? You got
Just turned 32. Yeah.
you got like, dude, that's literally your prime. Like, you got another 4 or 5 years to just destroy people.
It's relative though, because like there's guys like Glover Teixeira. They don't become champs until they're 40, bro. You know, and then you got guys like Yoel.
Yeah.
Still fighting.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
He's old. You know what I mean? Obviously, he's past his prime, but it's all relative to how you take care of yourself. Like,
Yeah, you've got
I
like
think
no
I
like
think I
lasting
need-
damage.
yeah, I think I have a couple more years until I'm actually in my prime, because I haven't been in any real wars. Like when Chandler got to the UFC, I felt like it was a little bit past his prime.
Yeah.
Same with Ben Askren. I think I'm going to be making it there right at my prime. Maybe at the very like start of it. So I think I'll start. I'm entering my prime right now, or maybe I am. Maybe I won't know until after it's like all said and done. But I feel like the next year or two, I'm going to definitely make some, you know, big changes and get a lot better. And once I see that happen and I start, you know, making these connections that I haven't been able to make in the past, then I'll actually enter my prime, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So you're saying the skills,
No problem.
skill connections?
Uh-huh.
Because you've been looking pretty damn good for your last couple fights, man. Like, you're putting everything together really well. Like, they
It can be
made
better though. It can be more seamless.
I could get hit less. I could hit guys harder. It's a matter of like, I feel like I'm getting younger in a sense. Like I'm not getting as beat up as I used to, like with injuries. I'm moving better. My timing's still the same. Like my vision's getting better. My timing's actually getting better. It's not the same. So it's like I feel like I'm still on an upward trend when it comes to training, and I haven't hit a plateau yet. So that's why I don't think I'm in my prime yet. You know,
it's a good point. It's a good point.
I feel like when I start leveling out, I'm like, okay, I'm not really seeing much of a change yet. That's where I'm like, okay, maybe I'm in my prime now. And then I feel like once I start losing like the timing and like my vision goes a little bit, my reaction time, and like maybe injuries start, but I think I'm really like solving that issue a lot by doing FP. So I feel like
Is that
I'll start-
that's your functional patterns
functional
training?
patterns training. Like since I've done that, I've really negated a lot of, you know, injuries. And like if I do get something small, I know how to deal with it. But anyway, I feel like, you know, fixing my mechanics at the end of the day is actually allowing me to progress quicker, and also I feel like it's going to keep me in my prime longer.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like it's also increasing the ceiling. Like the ceiling is a lot higher since I've understood how to change my mechanics at the end of the day, because basically I'm learning how to become a better athlete in a sense, and understanding how to move my body better in space. So when you get an understanding of that, you're improving your athleticism. And like a lot of people think it's age, but I think it's really like your mechanics.
Yeah,
And like
it's a little bit of both.
usually
and
people's
damage.
mechanics get worse as they age.
Yep.
But it's like if they're getting better as you age, are you aging, like in a sense?
They kind of like slow it down.
It slows it down. Yeah. So I feel like that's what I'm doing, is slowing down, and I'm also still getting better. So I don't think I'm in my prime yet. You know, there's things I need to do when I'm watching like my rounds. I'm like, I need to do this. I'm still not doing that. There's like, and I know I can make those changes and get better. And like, there's things I can tighten up and get better. My southpaw can get better. There's a lot of little things I can get better that will get better, that I'm gonna, like in the next 6 months, I'm gonna start seeing, you know, changes. So I'm just like, okay, that's another level up until
Right,
like, I don't know when I'm gonna hit that plateau, but hopefully I'm never like out of my prime, and then hopefully I can, you know, be out of fighting and never
Before then.
Yeah, never
Yeah.
be out of my prime. Kind of like in a sense how
Yeah, it gets depressing.
how Khabib did it, you know.
Dude, Khabib almost did it too early. You're like, damn, we didn't get to see.
Yeah, but he was gonna have a lot of injuries.
Yeah, he was getting fucked. Well, he came in and got injured like right away. I was preaching Khabib early on, but the dude wouldn't stay healthy.
But he retired in his prime.
Oh, 100%.
I would say.
So speaking of skills and leveling up, I don't know if you're aware, we were kind of game planning for you. Impa's got a really big weakness. Have you been practicing your ninja kick?
I actually do that.
Do you really?
People catch my kick. I do. I learned it from that.
Oh,
I play around with it. I just do a spinning back kick off of it. It's like you're like doing like when your legs are there, you gotta like leverage yourself over that leg and like jump through and kick.
Yeah, it was nuts.
Probably I doubt I'll hit it as clean as Buckley did, but I mean, yeah, if he catches a kick, I'm gonna try it. Why not? I worked on him before, you know?
Right? I see a lot of people kind of brushing him off. I mean, I'm sure you'll take him out, but I'm like, I think a lot of people that's his highlight reel is getting knocked out in the UFC. A lot of people don't realize that.
He's a billionaire now, though.
Right?
Probably made more money than Buckley.
A couple of them dudes, man, they went over to PFL and
I don't know if he's made more money than Buckley. Actually, I would have to like do the math. But I mean, he kind of came up on top at the end, you know. Like good for him. Like I heard he was struggling too after he got cut. Like didn't have much money. Like good. I'm actually happy for him because that's what fighting's supposed to do is like
now
give guys opportunities that are like that.
You're gonna ruin it
to
again
make it
now.
out. I ain't gonna ruin it. He's just not gonna beat me. Like I'm not gonna let it happen. No, I'm not gonna ruin it because he's still gonna make money after he loses to me. You know what I mean? Like he's still gonna be.
Yeah, he's still the guy.
He's still.
It's not.
He's still a good dude. He's still gonna be employed. Like it's just like I'm a different level.
They're giving you guys a separate belt for this fight, right? Like
Yeah.
There's like a champ.
I actually
champ.
just realized that. Like actually, I think I had an interview and I told them like, yeah, I don't think there's another belt, but I guess they're specially making a belt.
That's cool.
For this.
You're gonna have 2 belts now.
Actually,
he should have 2 belts if he beats Impa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Regardless,
I should have that
Like,
light
they should
heavyweight
just,
belt.
Yeah, just make you beat the champ. You should be the champ.
I take your belt.
Did you bring the belt?
Yeah.
Johnny, you brought the belt?
Oh fuck! I forgot.
I knew he wasn't gonna do it.
You should have reminded me. Dude,
I
I'm
felt-
terrible. I'm
dude, I
terrible.
felt so bad
Nah,
too.
be
I was
glad.
like,
Honestly, today I was so stressed out. I had to hang my TV and like
Oh shit.
we had a metal stud and like
That's every
the
house
studs,
out here,
the
dude.
studs,
There
the
it
studs
is.
weren't like placed 16 inches apart. I'm like, what the fuck? So we had to go get a new TV, a TV mount, one that's only to a single stud. And I was like, bro. Then we had to go get we had to go to the grocery store with my mom to get food for tonight. It's just
Oh
like,
shit.
I've been on the run all day and then and working. And then I was like, oh fuck, dude, I'm gonna be late for this interview. And then literally, I didn't even think about it until you just said it.
so
just now.
all these like the house remodeling, that's you like learning everything as you go.
Yeah, my last house that I bought, not my last one, the most recent one I bought is right up the street in Coral Springs. I moved into that one because I wanted to like move into a newer home closer to the gym because I was living in Boynton Beach. I'm actually renting that house out now, and I didn't have to really do much there. I hired a contractor to add a carport and like build a pool, so like I increased the value of it, but I didn't really do anything myself. But I bought a house in Missouri as a rental, and it ended up being kind of more of a fixer-upper than I thought. I had to learn how to redo backsplash, how to do some carpentry to cut some wood stairs. What else did we do, babe? I built a retaining wall in the backyard with my brother because like the landscaping was kind of like there was this like hill and there was like a concrete pad on the hill for the back deck, but it was like falling and failing. Yeah, we did the backsplash in the kitchen. Just a bunch of shit. Yeah,
That's where it's at now.
Yeah. Yeah, your dad. We FaceTime your dad all the time. So how do we do this?
Hey, we just went up all the stairs. How do we do it? He's like, what?
Dad calls in YouTube videos, right? YouTube. How do you?
It worked, honestly.
I gotta tell you though, all that stuff is like less scary than trying to mount a fucking TV in a Florida house. Like I feel the stress on that, dude.
Dude, I was actually. Anytime I do any project though, I get super stressed.
I get so stressed out, and then at the end,
It's like, oh, I'm glad I did it. Yeah.
do the fights stress you out? Like as it gets closer and closer and closer. That's good though, right? 'Cause
I mean, a little bit. Honestly, it might be a fist fight. You know.
You start thinking about the opponent more and more as it gets closer.
Sure. But it's just it's like routine. Like I know it's gonna happen. Like it's gonna pop in my mind. And I think about it, and then like I move on. You know, I think of something else, or I watch a movie, or play cards with my friends, or talk to Emily, or fucking just like take a nap or relax. Like try not to think about it. You know?
Yeah. Seems like you genuinely like fighting though, so I wouldn't imagine.
I do, but like it's the uncertainty of like the result.
Yeah.
And that's the scary part. Like I'm not afraid to like I've been hurt, bro. Like I've had 5 surgeries. I've dislocated my shoulder like 3 times, 4 times. I've like fucking broke my ankle. I've like completely tore my knee, like had concussions. Like I've had a lot of injuries, and it's like, okay, yeah, those suck, but like you can heal from those. And like I'm not so scared about getting injured. I've literally had a fucking gash wound on my forehead, bro.
That shit was nasty.
And like, it looked worse than it really felt. Like it wasn't that bad. Like, so I'm not super worried about getting injured. I'm more so like, man, I don't know, like the outcome. Like it's uncertain until it happens,
dude.
Yeah, but I like my probabilities are high. But just because you have high probabilities doesn't mean it's gonna happen.
It makes it worse though, because you don't even have that. Like, do you even know what it feels like to lose?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, in MMA at least.
I take L's all the time. Like, take small L's in training sometimes.
Yeah, but
I lost a lot of wrestling matches. I've taken L's in life. Like,
that's like
with the crypto, I took a big L. Like, I fucking lost so much money.
That was everybody.
It's all the same shit. You know, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, it's embarrassing.
But having that 0, man, that's like a whole nother level, I would think.
Yeah.
Like Khabib was ridiculed for that shit forever. Even now, he retired, and they're like, he never tested himself. Like, the fuck?
Well, I'm going to be the opposite. I'm going to test myself and, you know, hopefully keep on to that 0. You know, anything can happen, but that's not really like what I'm here to do.
Right,
I don't really care too much. I more care about like the money in my bank account and like how I perform and like what people, you know, think of me when they watch me fight. That's more important to me than a record. It's just a fucking number. Like, guys lose all the time and people fucking still care about them. You know, it's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's like one of the most embarrassing things that could happen to you is getting fucking knocked out or like getting beat up on national television.
On camera, yeah.
You know what I mean? And like everything, like your family's watching, everybody's watching. Like, it's embarrassing, you know? And it's like, you know, I'm obviously willing to have that happen to me because that's why I'm fighting. You know, if you're not willing to do that, you're not going to fight. So that's really at the end of the day kind of like man, don't want that to happen, you know. But that's another reason why it fuels me to train even harder. It's obviously it's more than that too. Like the money, it really excites me. The performance I get to put on in front of fans excites me. Just fighting in general, I like to fight. So it's like I can't wait to see what I do, you know, when I'm in there and like what scenarios happen and like what I produce at the end. So when I watch it back, I'm like, damn, bro, I'm getting better, you know? So that's really what drives me. That just happens to be like a little factor, like, you know, the possibility of failure and like the unknown of like what the outcome's going to be, you know?
Yeah. You have any stories of any crazy fans?
Just us.
Nah. Some crazy fans. Nothing too crazy. Pretty normal. Like, no stalker level yet. No. Nothing. Yeah,
Nothing crazy.
Nothing that crazy, honestly.
Any rumors that are not true that you keep hearing around?
What rumors would that be?
Let me pull my phone. I'm just asking. Nothing.
No.
Good.
It's a tough one to crack.
Tough one to crack, man.
Nah, we like to throw like crazy, you know, non-MMA questions out and see if we can get anything. The last dude ended up telling us he had a foursome with Joey Fatone from NSYNC.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's kind of gay. But
Hopefully he didn't watch that.
There goes the episode.
There goes the episode. Hey man,
No, listen.
It's
Hey, man,
questionable,
I hang out with Sean Strickland. What do you?
Dude,
what do you expect?
I was gonna say,
There you go.
is it just how he is on TV? Is it exactly how he is
Nah, it's him,
in real?
bro.
Yeah,
That's him.
I love that.
Who's just saying? He's authentic as hell.
Oh, he's the
It's kind of
best.
it's kind of like that guy's kind of like Sean O'Malley, huh?
Dude, the shit he just said in that last press conference,
Oh,
where he was
amazing.
he shit on the guy in the crowd and he shit on Trudeau, and I'm like, holy.
In their head.
Dude, but you know what?
Dude, I'm glad he is. Though.
It's
We
needed
need-
though.
We need somebody to
It's
fucking
needed.
stand up for what.
What's
I mean,
left
people like me. I believe in that shit, bro. Like, I
What's-
believe what he's speaking is like, kind of, it's true and it's
What's
right.
left-
It needs to be
what's left of
said.
it, yeah.
yeah.
What's
It's
left?
It's like, what, dude? If you don't resist back, it's only gonna get worse. Like, it's only gonna go more left.
Dude,
from here, you know?
look how far it's gone.
Oh, it's pretty
that
far
we
now.
let it get this far.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. And the funny thing is, it's like, I love how Twitter now is I love what Elon did to Twitter, because I'm seeing some like liberal media post about it, and like some girl like bitching about like, I can't believe they're still having this fight. Like, this guy said the worst stuff, blah blah blah, and like they're still fighting. Like, I don't understand.
Good, you should want him to get his ass whooped.
And it's like, but the funny thing is I went to go comment on it and I can't,
On
Oh,
Twitter?
yeah.
because she blocked comments.
Oh my god.
I
Of course.
know. I'm like,
Of
oh,
course.
this is a typical liberal, bro.
But it's just crazy that it's gotten to the point where it's insanity to anyone with like a tiny bit of logic left.
Yeah.
Like you want to have enough hope in humanity where you're
Yeah.
like, at some point, like, I get it, you should care about everyone needs to be taken care of, but what the fuck is going on now?
Yeah.
And people are like rabid about
I
it.
think the biggest problem is I never have an issue like with what you believe, but it's like when or how you want to live your life.
Start forcing it on
but when
everybody.
you force it on other people and you're like, no, I want you to take my frame of reality. I
Right,
want
and
you
just
to. I
follow
want to
it.
impose it on you, and you have to believe what I believe. It's like, no, that's not how reality works.
Right.
Dude, it's sad.
I can do what the fuck I want to do, and you can do whatever you want to do, and we don't have to cross paths if we don't want to. We don't
Isn't
have to
Exactly.
think the same.
Like,
you know?
nobody, at least on this table, nobody cares if you're gay, if you,
No.
who you like,
No.
whatever you want to fuck.
What you said in the car.
It's the whole thing is just like you said, just don't force it on us. Don't start teaching it in public schools
That's where it gets weird, because
to
it's
fucking
like,
kids. Like,
dude,
what's the point?
kids don't understand. Like, you're not supposed to teach kids what to think. You're supposed to teach them how to
Right.
discern information
Right.
and
That's it.
how to think, like
They're
how
just-
to think properly.
They're not
And I
even
don't
doing
know if
that
that's
anymore.
even
They're
right.
just- they're grooming them
they're
completely.
they're trying to teach you what to think at the end of the day, and that's the problem. That's the problem with public school. They've always been trying to teach you what to think, and now it's just getting more and more leftist, and it's getting a little bit
dumber.
more hazy. And I'm just like, what is this? This is like you're having kids make decisions that they're gonna have implications later on. That, you know, who knows like how it fucks them. You know what I mean? Like, I know some people that made decisions that, not some people, I know a person that made decisions to change their sex, and it's like, I mean, it's not going great. It's a girl to a guy.
Oh, okay.
But it's like you can kind of know, you can kind of tell when somebody like is doing well in life, right? And you can kind of tell when someone might be struggling.
Right, right.
And it's like, I've never really felt that they're like doing great.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
feel like it's like,
They're
it's
battling.
kind of, it's not, yeah, but like I've never like spoken out about
But are
it
they-
against it, or like,
They're over 18, right?
yes,
Because that's when
But-
it gets really sketchy.
they're over 18 whenever they really decided, but it's like, I think at first they were like, okay, I'm gay, and then went from gay to like, I think I'm a man. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know about this. Like, at first I was like, that's new. Like,
there was a.
but then like, then you start doing hormones and shit, and it gets more and more
That's the end
aggressive.
of
It's
it.
like, okay, but like, you're never gonna be a guy though, right?
Yeah. It's
Like-
like it's cool to act like a guy and feel it, but damn, once you
Like,
start
why can't you just like,
manipulating your body,
why can't you just be like, okay, yeah, you're gay.
that's it.
That's normal. You see that in nature, actually. Like, you see, like, I don't know if it's like because like boy dogs hump other boy dogs, right? It might be a dominance thing, or maybe they're like sexually attracted to a boy dog. Whatever, it doesn't matter. You see you see the same sex have sex in nature, but you don't see a fucking hyena that thinks it's a fucking house dog, or like a hyena that thinks it's a cat.
Well,
Like-
you could if they trained it to do that, and
Or
I
like
think that's what it
a
is
male
now.
hyena thinks it's a female hyena. It's like, no, that doesn't exist really.
There-
I think
there
that's
wa-
in a figment of our imagination at that point.
There was a good video I watched. There was this dad. He brings over his He's making the video to make the point. He calls over his 5-year-old son. He was in the background playing with toys.
Yeah.
He goes, hey Stevie, are you a boy or a girl? A boy. Right. So he leaves.
And boy,
And so
I
hey, Stevie,
got that one right.
Hey Stevie, come back. He goes, are you a girl or a toaster? I'm a girl. He leaves.
What?
So the dad calls him again. Are you a Nintendo or are you a race car? I'm a race car. So the dad was saying like he's gonna be whatever the fuck he wants. You get
Yeah.
me? It doesn't mean that he wants to be a girl. He's
Yeah.
just talking out of his ass like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Doesn't really care.
I remember I thought I was James Bond at one point when I was a
Yeah.
kid. I swear to God, I used to run around with a little toy gun and shoot shit.
Come on, Johnny. I asked how you got into martial arts. You didn't tell us that.
That was good.
I swear. I was like, thought I was James Bond for a little bit. Like,
I have a lot of liberal friends,
yeah.
and
We're losing more and more each podcast.
because of
No,
work.
nobody watches, so we're all right.
And so I asked him, just fucking around with him, I go, what was worse, the 9/11 or the insurrection? Ricky, do you have to compare the insurrection? And I was like, oh, okay. That's where they're at. And I was like, all right.
What? No.
Dude, I swear to God. They all answer the same thing. And I'm just like,
That's crazy to me.
I go, I don't even know why we speak.
Shit. Damn, bro. That's crazy.
Next time you speak to a liberal,
Yeah.
somebody that you know, ask him that.
Yeah.
And they'll give you that
See.
answer. Well, people died, but fuck. Trump did? And
He did nothing.
it's so out there. And I'm like,
That's crazy, man.
okay.
That's nuts. Oh.
I think we always, as we're coming to the end of the episode,
it
after our
just
bellies
drifts.
are full, is that we start talking religion,
And then
politics.
now we're all depressed about it.
The last like 3 or 4, we'll be sponsored by Trump soon.
I think
He's got money though. I'm all right with it.
Yeah.
I think we down all this like in 15
Dude,
minutes.
yeah, I'm full.
Yeah, well, I guess
Full.
that's about the right time then. Johnny, again, thank you so much for coming and taking the time, man. We've really, as we said, we really wanted you on here for a while.
Yeah.
Do you have any sponsors you want to plug? Anything else you'd want to plug?
Yeah, I gotta thank my sponsor, Nudo. Also, Miley. For this fight, he's really came through. My boy Quitran. He owns those restaurants in St. Louis, Missouri. Really good friend of mine. And then obviously, my boy Kai. Kai Blake. He owns a tech company called Ticket Socket. Good friend of mine as well. And I got to plug Functional Patterns because without them, I wouldn't be in the spot that I'm in right now. And shout out to Nadia Aguilar. And yeah, man, that's about it. Those are the sponsors for this trip.
And where can the people find you to find more about you?
At Johnny Eblen on Twitter and Instagram.
All right. Well, again, thank you, Johnny. Really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it.
Emily,
That's it.
thanks for hanging out too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Emily. She had no idea.
Hey, from the owners,